Hi guys, welcome back to the channel. I'm so sorry it has been such a long time since we posted. I stopped posting on Christmas week because our usual upload day is a Wednesday and Christmas Day was also a Wednesday. That really messed up the posting schedule, and then I just didn't pick up the camera since because we have done absolutely zero renovating since before Christmas. However, the plans are about to start back up. So I'm gonna get you up to date on everything that's happened between now and when we last posted, and then our plans for the future. So welcome back. Thank you so much for sticking with us. We're gonna be back to a regular uploading schedule of every Wednesday going forward. Thank you for being here. Okay, first of all, Christmas. Our first ever Christmas hosting. My family came, Lloyd's family came, so my mum and dad, my granddad, my brother, and Lloyd's mum and dad, and obviously Bobby and Jessie, the dogs. It was the perfect day. Everything went to plan. The Christmas dinner was so good. It was just like such a perfect day, and one that me and Lloyd have been visualizing for so long, and now, yeah, it was just perfect. It was the most lovely, chilled out family day. Spent the rest of the festivities visiting family, doing motorsport events, just kind of having a really nice time off work and off social media. If you follow us on TikTok or Instagram, you will know that we did Vlogmas over on there for the first 25 days of December. And for me, that was quite a lot of content to do, especially because unfortunately not my full-time job. And I also run my social media management agency on the side. So filming and editing and uploading every single day was a lot, but I thoroughly enjoyed it. I felt really connected to our audience. Make sure you're following us over on those channels as well, by the way, because we post a lot more kind of real-time regular updates with like stories and stuff on there. So I'll pop our @s on screen and I'll also have the links in the description. So once the festivities were over, it was back to work. We literally went back to work for the Thursday and the Friday. So I think it was like the 2nd and the 3rd, then it was the weekend. And then on the Monday, me and Lloyd went skiing to Andorra. We have both skied before, but like over 10 years ago for both of us. So it was like when we were teenagers. I think I went with school, Lloyd went with his parents. Like it was a long time ago, but we've been saying for years that we really wanted to go skiing, but we always kind of like left it too late until the season was already upon us, and then it was just like too last minute to book anything. So this year we did it. We went to Pasta La Casa in Andorra. I've put vlogs up on my TikTok and Instagram channels, so make sure to check them out if you're interested. I didn't take my camera because it was like our first time back skiing and I just didn't feel confident to have my phones and the camera and everything out. It was just like a bit too much for me, but the vlogs are up on there if you want to have a look. On TikTok, I've got daily vlogs, and then I also have a shorter but full trip vlog on our Instagram. So yeah, definitely check them out if you're interested. I'm always a bit nervous to post that kind of content because I'm like, it's not renovating at all, but I really love creating content of whatever we're doing. So I'm just trying to bring a bit more lifestyle into this content in 2025 as well. So I hope that's okay with you guys. I hope you enjoy it, because at the end of the day, I'm gonna film what I enjoy doing and our real life. So yeah, that's that. Sorry, I had to finish my bagel then before I continued because it was getting cold. Renovation plans for this year, 2025. How is it 2025 already? What I thought I would do is do a little bit of a walk around of the house and just show you some of the projects that we're gonna be taking on this year, and just give you a little update on what our plans are. It'd be great for you guys to give us any advice or ideas. We always really, really appreciate that. So if you have any ideas or advice for us throughout the video, please just drop it in the comments below. Right, I'm gonna finish my coffee and then we're gonna do a bit of a house tour. I feel like the sun is literally a paid actor right now. How gorgeous is this weather? Okay, right. As you guys know, just before Christmas, we finalized the WC. This is how she's looking. We still have not connected the LED backlight to the mirror just yet, so that's definitely on the list for one of the smaller tasks this year. But one of the first tasks that we're going to tackle this year is starting on the exterior, which I don't think you guys would have thought was the plan. So let me give you a little bit of a insight into the outdoor area, because I don't think I've really shown it that much on here before. Should we go out into the garden? Yeah, let's go out and have a look. This is probably the view that you guys know if you follow us on TikTok or Instagram. It's not how I usually start my videos, but this is our garden. It's on quite a big slope, if you can see it from this area. So because it was split into flats, this area was the ground floor flats garden, and then we've got this fence area here, and this patch was the first floor flats garden. Poor little shed on here, which has really seen better days. And we've got like our little wood shed down here, and also the recycling bins. The house has got this little single story extension on it here, but we'll come back to that in a second. If we walk down the path, you'll see we've got these nice big hedges around. We've got 2 oil tanks because there was one for each flat. And this is the front of the garden. As you can see, our house faces south, but the hedge is pretty tall at the minute, so we're gonna have to cut that at some point. I'm not gonna go on the grass because I've got my Uggs on. But this is the front garden, and this is what the house looks like from the front. We really need to address these bay windows at some point, because I don't know if it's going to show in this video, but you can see they're starting to kind of like slant down. It's not ideal. Just to give you an idea, this room here is the room that we put the bed in for my granddad to stay in over Christmas, and then that room over there is the spare bedroom, which has got the green paneling in it. I don't really have that many plans for this area because it's not actually going to be used as like our front garden, because it's so funny because we say this house is upside down and it's back to front, because this looks like the front of the house, but obviously our parking area is up here. So we've got a nice kind of grassy area here, which we're planning to have as our kind of like turfed area of the garden. Plan for out here long term is to have a proper shed, not just this kind of little wooden shed, but a proper shed built kind of where the parking area is here now, and built down into the slope. As you can see, we've got like a bit of a retaining wall here, so all of that would need to go. We'd have to do a lot of groundworks here, and obviously like apply for planning permission and all of that. And then we would then have the entrance kind of where the shed is now, the wooden garden shed. The parking area would then sort of be here with the shed there. That's our plan in the works. Oh my god, you can't even see me with the sun. So this gives you a bit more of an idea. So obviously this hedge would go, the shed would go. We'd have a gate here to enter. This area here would be parking, so we'd probably bring this retaining wall down, probably to be level with this one here. But again, this is just kind of like ideas at the moment. We haven't got any solid plans for that to happen yet, but that's given you a bit of an idea of the outside. We've got our little gate, so that's down to the entrance of the ground floor, which would have initially been the ground floor flats entrance, and then that's our main entrance. So a lot of you have been asking me if we're going to be keeping these steel stairs. The answer is most definitely no. I know they're really ugly, but what our plan, whether it'll work or not, I'm not sure, but we've got some really good friends who are very talented engineers. So what we'd really like to do is rip the steel stairs off and have like a bridge. So it would still be the main entrance at the top, but the bridge would sort of come from here to here. Obviously it would be on a bit of a slope, but when you actually look at it, where the cars are parked now is almost the same level as the upstairs entrance of the house. So this little single story extension, that's where our utility room is going to go eventually. So we're going to take the roof off this and put a flat roof on instead, because that roof has really seen better days. There's no felt on it, no insulation, like nothing. That room is so cold and it's terrible. It's no good. Obviously, as you know, we've had our roof done, but you can see this is the old wooden fascia board, this terrible sort of like extension on the drain pipe, because it's got EWI, external wall insulation, on it, but they never extended the roof to actually account for that. If you imagine like the water coming down off here, it could go down the back of the insulation, which is why they've put this stuff on, but it's not a long-term solution. So there's a lot of work that needs to be done on that. So we decided that maybe a flat roof is the best idea for that, and then the flat roof could actually act as a support for our bridge, but also could be like a kind of like balcony area. So yeah, that's the thoughts. It's not ideal because the sun is the other side, because the house is gonna shadow that balcony area for the most part because it's south facing. But I think it'd still be nice to have like a bit of an area where we can have just like a table and chairs, somewhere to maybe have your morning coffee. I think you'd have some morning sun there because it would be kind of like rising over here. In the summer at least. In the winter it goes under. One of our first jobs of 2025 is, I think, to be having a massive clear out. I think we're going to have a skip, because let me just show you some of this. This is some of the stuff I don't show on socials. Look at that. It's just bad news. There's a bath under there. There's a bath. There's all of the rubble from the solid walls that we knocked down outside. All of the rubble from digging up the concrete path to put the plumbing in. We've got, like I say, a bath. There's a sink down there, I think. The old water tank from the attic, the Christmas tree. This little, this wood shed we built last year, and it's a bit more solid, but that one needs to go. The shed needs to go. Look at it. There's no roof left on it. We've got a lot of tidying up to do. We've also got more rubble and stuff out the front. So I think we're going to get a skip and do a good old tidy up of the outside, which I think will maybe just allow us to kind of think about the outside layout as a bit more of a realistic project rather than just ideas, because our thoughts are that we need to get the ball rolling with this spring, summer, so that we can do the groundwork and foundations and stuff for the shed while the weather's good, you know, before it becomes winter again. I don't think I really explained the need properly, but I don't know if you guys know, but me and Lloyd, one of our hobbies is motorsport, so rallies, and Lloyd has got a rally car, which at the minute we don't have space to store here. So he's having to store that elsewhere. So we would really like to have a garage so that he can store the car, work on the car, all that kind of jazz. And then he's also got his online e-commerce business, which sells motorsport plumbing products. And again, we have no space to store that here. So at the minute it's being stored somewhere else. And it would be really nice to just bring all of that together and have like all of our belongings on our property, if that makes sense. That is the plan for the outside. I think I'll show you now the downstairs because, oh, actually, there's one more project that we need to do on this floor. Let's see if you can spot it. Probably sticks out like a sore thumb. I really need to take the Christmas decorations down from there. Please ignore those. Da 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 da. This. Now, this actually might be something you guys could help us with because we are quite stuck on it. So to give you a bit of backstory, this is what this area used to look like. And as you can see, we have added a staircase to this part. You can reference it because this little patch here is where the radiator used to be. Do you get me? You can see we've knocked down this wall, this wall, this wall, and added in our staircase. Now, when we have added the staircase in, obviously the staircase is built straight, along with the lower part of this wall is also straight. However, this wall is not straight. Can you see what I mean when you look down this line? This wall here tapers that way, whereas the wall below it is straight. And it had to be built straight because the staircase goes along it. Do you get what I'm saying? Our struggle is, how do we join this wall with this wall when here you think, oh, it's pretty easy, just add another plasterboard. But down there, look how big the gap is. I don't know how well this is actually going to show up, but if I put a plasterboard there, it's going to cover half my newel post. The whole wall is going to come out. Like, it's not going to work. Some of our ideas, I think our most logical idea for this area has been to get a false beam to go along this binder. Is that the right word? Lloyd would tell me if he was here. But this joist that's running across here, basically, get a fake beam to come out a little way here so it doesn't come past the stringer. And obviously it's going to taper out as it goes towards that part. And then we have it as 2 separate walls. I think that's probably the most logical thing to do. But if anybody has any better ideas or suggestions, please do put them in the comments below, because it would be very much appreciated, because we're just stuck on what to do, and we're worried that whatever we do is going to be the wrong thing. But just one of those things that you've got to find a creative solution for. So anyway, let's move on to downstairs so I can give you an idea of our projects down there for this year. Okay, so this room here is that single-story extension outside, which I was telling you we may be putting a flat roof on. Yeah, it's a bit of a junk room. It's so cold in here, like it feels like going outside coming into this room, so it's really not great for the efficiency of our house. Down around at the back there's actually a toilet at the minute, so I think we'll be removing that toilet, because obviously we've got the main bathroom literally right next door, so there's no point in having another toilet in here. My plan for this room is this. So this window here would be changed into a door, which then would allow me to use that outside space. Let me show you from in here, because it's easier to get to. So at the minute there's like loads of weeds and stuff, but you can see that's where the window is at the minute. So if that was changed to a door, we could use this outside space to like dry clothes and things, and have like a rotary washing line or something. In the summer at least, it would be really handy to just be able to go straight out of that room with the washing to hang it up outside. The shed room, you guys will probably recognize this space. We've already started, believe it or not, we've already started on clearing this room out. Again, lots of this stuff can go in the skip or be cut up as firewood. That's that. So that room is going to end up being Lloyd's office, but obviously it needs to be completely cleared before we can even think about starting that. So clearing that room is first on the list, and then it's going to be transformed into Lloyd's office. Let's move on to the hallway now, because that's, ooh, I'm really zoomed in, sorry, I don't realise how long that's been on like that. So just to give you an idea, that is the downstairs entrance that we looked at earlier. So the hallway is this. Obviously this wall needs to be skimmed, but as we discussed, there's a bit more to do for that, but obviously all of this needs to be skimmed as well. We've got the switches and stuff all sorted for that. But because it was 2 flats, so complicated, but because it was 2 flats, there was 2 separate like wiring circuits. So the whole of the downstairs needs to be rewired now. And it really does, because everything's like running trunking. It's just like, it's just not to our taste. You know, we would like everything to be chased into the walls. It's probably like patching that up and re-skimming and doing bits and bobs down here to make it all sorted. But we've got the hallway, so any interior ideas for this hallway would be really gratefully received. So that's that. We're going to keep under the stairs open, I think, because let me just show you from this side how much the staircase really like sort of sticks out and makes the corridor quite narrow. So I think we're going to keep it open. I think we might clad this maybe with flutto again, like we did in the pantry or something similar, and just have it as like a, maybe like a, I don't know, something decorative in here. But although it would be really good storage, it's just not necessary, and I think it's going to do more harm than good, especially being like downstairs, because it's an upside down house. What would I really store there? Because I don't come down here that often. It's not like it's in the kitchen where I could store like vacuum cleaner, mop, broom, like that kind of thing. It would just be like, I guess, I don't know, bedding, towels, that kind of thing. So yeah, we'll see about that one. But again, any ideas, please put them in the comments. We'd be so, so grateful. Going back to this area, we've got pipes here, which were put in when we put the radiator in the spare bedroom. So we're gonna have a column radiator here to heat this space. In here, this room is already kind of like complete. It's just like a little bit of a mess at the minute because we've got my desk and stuff. It's basically doubling as an office and a spare bedroom at the moment. But once everything gets cleared out, desk comes out. The only thing left to do in this room is change the bay windows, because as I said when we were outside, they are past their best now. We need to box in those pipes along the pillar, and we need to put the architrave on the door. But other than that, this room is basically complete, just needs a bit of a clear out. And then moving on into here, This is the room that we put the bed in for my granddad to stay over Christmas. So again, we need to change the bay windows in here as well. This room is going to be my office. So any layout suggestions, please let me know. We need to put a radiator in here as well, but that's easy because we've got pipes here going to the radiator. But I'm so tempted, guys. Look at this. Can you see that crack? I think there'd be such a cute little fireplace under there that I could do something with and expose the brick, but do I really want to do that in an office where the bay window is already a no-go for the desk to go on? This space here is a little bit too narrow, and I would really like to have some kind of storage along this wall. It makes sense for the desk to go on that wall, but obviously I couldn't if there was a fireplace. But I'm so curious, I want to hack it off and see what's behind there. It's going to have to come off anyway because that crack is too much. Any suggestions would be really gratefully received. There's something else we need to do in this room as well, is box in the stairs where they just poke through a little bit. It doesn't actually seem like that much. Like down here it's pretty cosmetic apart from the rewiring. Like the plumbing down here is pretty simple. It's just adding in a few radiators and a lot of the pipes are already kind of run and waiting. So yeah, it's a bit of redecorating. The wiring is a bit of a bigger job because we've got to chase into the walls and decide where we need the sockets and things like that. So yeah, I hope that gives you a bit of an idea of our plans for 2025. I'm sorry that this video wasn't really like a renovation vlog, but they will be coming back, I promise you. We've just been really busy with life. We shall see you next Wednesday for a bit more of an action renovation vlog. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you for sticking with us into 2025. And don't forget to like the video if you enjoyed it. It really, really helps. We're really focusing on growing our YouTube channel in 2025. So it would mean the world if you could subscribe to the channel, which is completely free, by the way. You literally just click the subscribe button. It's like following someone on Instagram or TikTok. And leave some comments, leave some likes. It's much appreciated. So thank you so much, guys. I will see you next Wednesday. Bye.